Thank you for joining us. I'm Carly Siegel. It's day 2 of the Illinois State Fair, and News Channel 20 is out and about once again with more team coverage. Emily checks in with parking while Don and Stacy join us, and Cheryl is back at the pork patio. First, let's send it over to Don and Stacy. Hey ladies, how's day 2 so far?
Hi there, we are live. It's, first full day for us here at the fair. We're right outside of the grandstand if you're wandering by, so a lot of action, and especially tonight as the concerts get going.
Right, because Jake Owen is taking the grandstand tonight at 8 o'clock, but right now you can also check out the 144th Army Band. That's at 6 at the Lincoln stage.
Okay.
And you can also head over to Thrillville, which I absolutely want to do, and check out the Extreme Dogs Stunt Show.
Yeah, we've been having so much fun. We were out here most of the afternoon. We got to see the high diving.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes, and those are free. So like the dog show, and then there's at Thrillville, and then
Happy Hollow, there's stuff.
7, there's the circus fun. So lots of free stuff once you pay your admission to get in. Lots to see and do.
And every day there's a theme here. And of course today it's Ag Day. So of course all things ag related. This morning ag industry professionals and farm families from all over the state, they gathered for breakfast on the State Fair Director's Lawn. But Ag Day is not just for ag folks. Everyone can experience ag when they visit the fair.
The end of the day is livestock, food, everything we do today is part of agriculture. So if you live in the city, if you live in the country, you're part of agriculture and want to be part of it. End of the day is come see all of us, and we want to see you and get to know you.
With agriculture being the #1 industry within our state, it only makes sense to have a whole day dedicated to the farmers that feed and clothe us every single day.
That's right, and one place you can visit at the State Fair is Conservation World. They have daily exhibits and activities for the entire family. There's fishing clinics, archery, a rock climbing wall, and that's just to name a few. And you can find Conservation World in the northwest corner of the fairgrounds. It's kind of tucked away, but it is worth the trip.
It definitely is. Now, a lot of people, as they think about coming here, it's, if you live in Springfield, you think, oh gosh, the north side of town, it gets so busy and it's tough to find that parking if you want to come here. But they're actually, in addition to State Fair parking, there's a lot of families that actually have parking they use on their lawn.
That's right. And News Channel 20's Emily Jordan spoke with one family that has been out there for as long as they could remember. Emily?
This home behind me has been in Mike Ritter's family for generations. For them, offering State Fair parking is a family affair. Ritter says his family has been offering extra parking for fairgoers for the last 5 generations.
Keep coming. Trust me. Keep on coming.
Plus a few parking lessons while they're at it.
I was born and raised into this. We've got customers that have been coming, families that have been coming for generations that have their kids coming. So it's almost a responsibility we have as a safe parking place. Why we continue to do it.
There's always an attendant outside Ritter and his sister's property, and always a light on. Ritter tells me it's not about making money. The profit they do make goes towards paying property taxes or to free bottled water on these hot August days. Reporting live, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
There are many places you can park if it's not, a family's. There's St. Aloysius, that's right across from the main gate. There's also the APL, and then District 196, Ridgely Elementary is just down the street. And all of these organizations that raise the money, it goes back to them.
Yep, APL right across the street here from Gate 6, so lots to do and support. And road crews, get this, of course, they're working on a sinkhole problem near the fair. It's on the corner of Peoria Road and Garfield Avenue. Public Works Director David Fuchs says a water main break caused it.
There is a 6-inch water line that has burst and is washing under the pavement here on North Peoria Road, and it's caused a collapse of a sewer line.
Public Works says one lane of southbound lanes of Peoria Road is closed while repairs are underway.
Now, if you are heading to the grandstand during the fair, lots of good concerts coming up, you might want to pay attention to this one. There's going to be a lot of changes. There walk-through metal detectors and bag checks at the entrances. Then there's big purses, backpacks, duffel bags are not allowed. If you leave the grandstand, you will have to go back through the safety checks to enter. Also, concession stands are now cashless. And then, of course, Don, this is something I would hard way. Download your tickets beforehand, because once you get here and there's thousands of fans, sometimes cell reception or internet, it might be a little difficult.
Yeah, and here's the deal. So tickets to the beer and stuff for there, you also have to buy tickets for that separately from like just going up and buying the beer. That is cashless. can get them early. They're available all day long, but you need to get those ahead of time now too, or wait in line, not by the beer. All right, so tonight, country star Jake Owen hitting
Jody
stage.
Messina too.
Oh, I
I
know.
love her from the 90s.
Yeah, the gates open at 7.
Yeah. All right, and then coming up a little bit later, we are going to check out something. It is the most majestical. I don't know.
I couldn't believe how big they were.
Right? Clydesdale horses. We're going to have an interview with one of the handlers. That's coming up. But for now, we want to send it back into the studio. Carly?
Thank you for all the great information, Don and Stacy. Looks so fun. News Channel 20 has all of your state fair coverage. Catch us on air and online. Also follow us on social media for a look at more behind the scenes fun.
Hi, welcome back. We are actually inside the Budweiser tent. I guess you could say we're in the stables for the Clydesdale. I'm joined by Marlena, one of the handlers. Tell us about these. I mean, they are probably the most beautiful animal I have seen.
Well, they're definitely iconic. We have 10 geldings with us. We're the East Coast hitch, and we travel all up and down the East Coast, obviously. There's 3 traveling hitches, West Coast and St. Louis.
Oh, wow. And then we're in front of who?
This is Dave. He's one of the favorites. He's currently taking a nap right now.
Well, when we walked up, he actually looked like he smiled when we saw him. We're like, oh, Dave, and he heard his name. Talk about the theme this year. It's a special theme for you here at the fair.
Yes, so the summer tour has been focused on our partnership with Folds of Honor. We've been partnered with them for 15 years now. They're an amazing nonprofit organization that gives scholarships to family members of fallen and disabled veterans and first responders.
Wonderful. All right, a very good cause there. Talk a little bit about these horses. What makes them so special? Because you see them on the Super Bowl commercials. You see them, we're close to St. Louis, and so we see them quite a bit. But they are special.
Oh, they're very special. We've been traveling for 90 years since the end of Prohibition. And to become a true iconic Budweiser Clydesdale, they have to be this beautiful bay color that's this really pretty brown with the classic white socks, the pretty white blaze down their face, and of course the black mane and tail.
And Dave looks like he's posing right perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah, well, thanks, Dave. And Marlena, this must be your favorite job, right? This is amazing.
It's my favorite job. Yes.
All right, so you can come on down, see them this weekend.
Yes.
Check it out. We're right by the grandstand, and
We're in barn 118. The barn is open from 7 to 9.
Perfect. All right, thanks so much. Come on out. For now, we want to send it over to the pork patio and Cheryl.
Hi everyone, we are live here at the pork patio where they have a brand spanking new entree on their menu this year, something that's never been seen before. We'll do the big unveil and we'll let you know what all the big hype is all about coming up right after the break.
Segment sponsored by Illinois Pork Producers.
We are back live at the Illinois State Fair, Stacy and I, and let me tell you, it is hot and sweltering out
We're
here.
dying.
You're really melting. I'm not quite as bad, but I didn't just stand in front of
We were with giant, beautiful Clydesdale.
an 1,800-pound horse.
Yeah, well, we're still here. We're at the, in the Clydesdale, the Budweiser stables here. But we've been checking out all the food, because that's a big part of the fair food. You already tried your first sandwich.
I did. I got the pork patio sandwich, which is where we find Cheryl Lumpke today. Cheryl, what's going on over there?
Hi everyone, we are live here at the pork patio, which is located directly across the main grandstand area. As you're walking around the fairgrounds, you can really work up quite an appetite, and what better way to satisfy that hunger than to head off to the pork patio. They have a variety of great tasting pork entrees here, everything from pork chop on a stick to the pork twister kebab, which are pieces of pork wrapped in bacon, then it's in a skewer, then they marinate it and then grill it to perfection. But something that's totally brand new this season, though. They've got something brand new that they just offered. And to tell us more about that, let's bring in Jackie Weibel. She's with the Illinois Pork Producers Association. First of all, thank you so much, Jackie, for being with us tonight.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us about this big unveiling. What is it that we're going to be seeing?
So we are unveiling the pulled pork mac and cheese.
Wow.
Yes, we are very excited about this. So many fairgoers have loved it so far, and we hope everyone comes out to try it.
Now, I've actually had a little bit of this yesterday, and I'll tell you what, it is so scrumptious, so delicious. You can't go wrong. And actually, everything on their menu is very reasonably priced. There's so many good things, so many options to choose from. But this, again, definitely is a winner. Definitely giving it 2 thumbs up, 2 hooves up. So it'll leave you squealing with delight because it is so, so yummy. Now, I know, Jackie, with the Illinois Pork Producers Association, you are very, very active at the state fair.
Yes.
But to pull this off, to pull off the pork patio, takes a lot of help.
Yes, it does.
Volunteers.
So our producers volunteered to be in our cash register booth, and they help us all throughout the fair. And then we also have just different either FFA group or school groups or church groups that come and volunteer to help us serve as well. So without those groups, we don't know what we would do without them.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Again, come out to the pork patio. They're open until 8:34 tonight.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Illinois State Fair. We are live right now outside of the grandstand here at the Illinois State Fair for really full day one.
Full day one. Jake Owen coming up. We actually can hear, I think, a soundtrack of some sort going on. But as we've talked about, it's Ag Day. We kind of got to experience a little bit of that.
We did. We went and saw the cows, and we saw some horses, of course, and then we had our
apple slushies. Apple cider slushies. So that's at the Ag Tent, and that is delicious. And these are all Illinois products. You can get popcorn, corn on the cob. I saw a giant watermelon, a gal just diving right into it, which was great.
It was so awesome. And there's so much to see and do here, and a lot of free things like the high dive show and dog show, all of it. So,
yes.
Yeah.
For now, reporting live at the Illinois State Fair. We're going to send it back to you in the studio, Carly.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carly Siegel. It's day 2 of the Illinois State Fair, and our team is scattered across the grounds, bringing you the latest. Cheryl Lemke's back at the pork patio, and our Dawn and Stacy have been exploring the grounds, and will tell you what fun they're having.
All right, it's so much fun out here right now. It is really picking up.
It is definitely, because it's a big night. It's a Friday night here, the first full day, you could say, of the fair. And we're right here outside of the grandstand where there's a big country act coming.
Of course, and we have Jake Owen tonight. But really, the end all be all today, it's Ag Day, right? So it's Ag Day at the State Fair, which is what Illinois is all about, really, especially where we're from. And agriculture is the #1 industry in Illinois. This morning was an Ag Day breakfast to get the day started. There were plenty of other events to celebrate the day as well, including Golden Abe food vendor contest, a craft beer contest, and the cutest little farmer contest. We have a blazing week ahead here at the State Fair, right?
We sure do. A lot going on. Now, it's different things this weekend, and the National Weather Service actually saying that it's hot out. But we do want to mention there's a lot of entertainment going on the evening grandstand act, as we mentioned. Jake Owen, that's country music star. That show, it's picking up, as we said, because it's starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Jody Messina, also a 90s favorite for me of country. And there's a few things that we want to make sure that you remember if you are heading to the grandstand. Remember that the policy's in place. You need to walk through metal detectors and bag checks. No bags larger than 14 by 8 inches will be allowed. And if you aren't heading out to the concert, the fair has over 10 free stages. We were sad because yesterday we missed Everclear.
You know what? They came to the Devon in Decatur, and I missed them there too. So darn it. All right,
going on now. The parking we want to talk about.
Yes,
also, parking's always been a thing that you can park on the middle in the what is that called, in the grandstand, right on the infield. Yeah, there we go. Yes. But there are a lot of places otherwise that you can park, and some families around here on the north side of Springfield, they love to see this opportunity. One family's been hosting parking for the State Fair for nearly 5 generations, while some families offer fair parking. Local organizations, they're also using it as a fundraiser. So places like the APL and District 186 Ridgely Elementary. So they've got a lot going on.
They certainly do. And our Emily Jordan actually was out here all day long finding out what is the best place to park.
And the heat.
And in the heat.
Yes.
I know firsthand it's easy to get overwhelmed at the State Fair this year. There's options if you're feeling the heat at the State Fair, whether it's cooling centers across the street from the grandstand and inside the first aid station. If you start getting overheated and you're a far way off, find a police officer or a state fairground employee.
Get hot really quick. You can get sick. You can start feeling faint or even passing out. If you're feeling thirsty, you're already on the verge of dehydration. So keeping up with your water intake is very important, and taking breaks in the shade or in air-conditioned buildings.
National Weather Service is at the State Fair supporting public safety officials. They're keeping officials aware of any changes in the heat or storms on the horizon. ISP officers told me it's very common to get overwhelmed by the heat, so be on the lookout for any symptoms. Reporting live from the State Fair, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
All right, did it seem as though I was having some heat stroke when I was tossing to her?
We've been out here for hours.
We've been out here, and I'm a little confused on where we're at, but you know what? The National Weather Service says it's totally normal, and all you need to do is take frequent breaks inside cool weather, and of course, stay hydrated to
If
keep
you
yourself
notice,
cool.
we kind of tried to move to shade as well. So another place to get refreshed would be the Ag Tent. And meteorologist Nick Patrick, he was over there earlier. We tried out the apple slushy, cider apple slushies, and they were delicious. We want to send it over to him.
Hey guys, yeah, we're down here at the Illinois Department of Agricultural tent. It's one of my favorite kind of low-key spots of the fair. You can see behind me, you got, this is more the kids area right here, just on the other side. You got the fans, you got people just kind of taking a beat, cooling off, and you got the kids running around. They do have some games in here. They've got the setup with the cash register, the corn stalks, and then inside the tent itself, probably my favorite treat of the fair is that apple cider slushie. You're trying to get cool, this might be the place to be. Now, they're only open from 10 to 5, so you just missed it today, but it'll be open every day this week. So if you are trying to just get outside of the fair and kind of get away from the noise of everything, this is the spot that I like to set up here. So not a bad spot for it. Of course, there's a lot going on with Ag Day at the fair here. You can get out and enjoy all these fun activities over the next weekend and then through next week as well. But for now, reporting live at this fair, Nick Patrick, back to you.
All right, thanks, Nick. We really appreciate it.
Yes, and we're going to be checking in. We've got a lot more coming up here at the 6 o'clock hour. We're going to be checking in with Cheryl. She is our resident pork patio professional.
That's what I had
coming
for
up.
dinner.
You had that.
I had
I've got
it for
to pick
dinner.
out what I'm eyeing everything.
Yes, she's still deciding. All right.
This segment sponsored by Illinois Pork Producers.
Welcome back. We are live at the Illinois State Fair. I had to go pick up in the commercial break my favorite. I like the lemon shake-ups.
And this one really is delicious.
Not too sweet. It is delicious. It's right by the grandstand.
It certainly is. But you know what I had for dinner? Because I was hungry when I got out here. I saved myself. I got the pork chop sandwich. It's one of my favorite things at the pork patio, and that's where we find our Cheryl Lemke. She always has a good time at the pork patio. Cheryl?
Hi everyone, we are live here at the pork patio. This is really a hustling, bustling place. A lot of folks have come on out this evening to grab a bite to eat for dinner for tonight, and they do have some delicious tasting items, a menu for this evening. So it's a very action-packed evening. And this whole place, though, it wouldn't even be possible if it weren't for the Illinois Pork Producers Association. And joining me this evening, we have Miss Jackie Weibel with the Illinois Pork Producers Association. Thanks for being with me tonight, Jackie.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Well, tell us about, the Illinois Pork Producers. They are so active in so many different things, but tell us most recently about their T-shirt campaign.
So our T-shirt campaign goes directly with our Pork Power program. Our Pork Power program is a program where we donate ground pork to the regional food banks, and they're able to get it out to their district food banks as well, and to the people in need. We've had this program been going on since 2008, and we've donated over 1 million pounds of ground pork to the food banks. And this program right here, so this is our T-shirt for the 2025 T-shirt, and it's $15, and you can purchase it here at the pork patio, or you can go onto our website. On our website, you're able to see all the past year's Pork Power T-shirts as well, and all that money that we raise from that goes directly into our Pork Power program for us to be able to purchase more pounds of ground pork.
Yeah, so it's definitely a win-win situation. You can look very stylish as you're walking around the fairgrounds, and of course the money goes to a great, worthy cause. So as we like to say here at the pork patio, it's go pig or go home. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Cheryl. You know what? She always has a great time out there. She's going to be out there throughout the fair, so we're going to be checking in with her. And if you want to, you can stop by and say hi to her.
Of course, we'll be out here a lot, along with all of our staff at News Channel 20. Welcome back. We are live at the Illinois State Fair. We've been right around the grandstand for the last several hours, and it is sure picking up. You can tell it's concert night. It's a Friday night.
And you can also tell that people have gotten off work, and this is where they're coming tonight, and they're getting their dinner here, and they're having their fun here, and there's lots of, you know what we did a lot of the day is we hung out with the Clydesdales. First off, I can't get over it. They like stand 18 hands tall or whatever, but that's like over 6 foot tall. They're like 6'4", 6'1". They're just massive and majestic.
They sure are, and they are around this weekend. So if you want to come see, there's a lot going on there. That's something that is free. We also stop by the High Diving Act, and that's another free thing.
The other free thing, of course, there's the dog stunt show. There's a people stunt show. There's lots to do.
And then today being Ag Day, all of the animals out here. So we love getting to see. We got to see a petting little area
for calves.
Yeah, so a lot going on. But there are, even Ag Day, there's a lot of non-animal type things to do and related competitions around the state fair. Let's take a look. The annual Lego Place is the final day of the state fair. That's Sunday. That is the 17th. It takes place in the Expo building. It is divided into 3 age groups, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 17. So registration, you've got time. It's next weekend. Registration for the first contest begins at 10 a.m.
And the inaugural pickleball tournament at the state fair is taking place on August 16th. That's next Saturday. And then the Illinois State Fair Pickleball Showdown is a round-robin style tournament for doubles, and they have both youth and adult competition. No equipment is needed, only your athletic shoes. So if you want to get in on that, the first round is the tournament. Will be the 16th at 10 a.m. There's still a few slots open for team registration.
Okay, and we've always walked around with the booklets, and you try to get the little fair booklets, but they've made it super easy this year if you want to make sure you're getting in all of the activities. There's an app for it, the Illinois State Fair app. It has a map of the fairgrounds, a food finder, daily schedule, of course. That's available both on Apple as well as Google Play.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Culture Day at the State Fair. Agriculture is the #1 industry within our state. This morning, there was an Ag Day breakfast to get the day started. Then ag-centric events were happening all afternoon and evening, like the Golden Abe's Food Vendor Contest and the Illinois Craft Beer Competition. And tonight was the first of the fair's many grandstand concerts. Fair officials do want to remind you of new procedures when heading to the grandstand this year. You'll have to walk through metal detectors, and bag check will be at all entrances. No large purses, backpacks, or duffel bags will be allowed in. They also say make sure you have your tickets downloaded on your phone because signal can get disrupted with that many people in one place. Another reminder is that all concessions are now cashless and no outside containers are permitted. Parking can be a dreaded affair at any big event, but some families living near the fair see it as an opportunity. Mike Ritter's family has lived near the fair for generations, so for them, offering state fair parking is a family affair. Says his family has had extra parking for fairgoers for the last 5 generations.
I was born and raised into this. We've got customers that have been coming, families that have been coming for generations that have their kids coming. So it's almost a responsibility we have as a safe parking place. Why we continue to do it.
He says it's not about making money. The profit they make goes towards property taxes or to free bottled water on these hot August days. And make sure you stay tuned, as later we will join our Eliza Petrie live at Fairgrounds with the results of tonight's Master Showmanship competition. And the National Weather Service is emphasizing the importance of staying cool. News Channel 20's Emily Jordan was out at the fair earlier today and spoke with officials on how they're helping to keep people cool.
I know firsthand it's easy to get overwhelmed at the state fair this year. There's options if you're feeling the heat of the state fair, whether it's cooling centers across the street from the grandstand and inside the first aid station. If you start getting overheated and you're a far way off, find a police officer or a state fairground employee.
Get hot really quick. You can get sick. You can start feeling faint or even passing out. If you're feeling thirsty, you're already on the verge of dehydration. So keeping up with your water intake is very important, and taking breaks in the shade or in air-conditioned buildings.
National Weather Service is at the state fair supporting public safety officials. They're keeping officials aware of any changes in the heat or storms on the horizon. ISP officers told me it's very common to get overwhelmed by the heat, so be on the lookout for any symptoms. Reporting live from the State Fair, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
Thank you, Emily. NWS recommends you take breaks often and stay hydrated. To wrap up Agriculture Day at the fair, the Master Showmanship competition is being held. Livestock exhibitors compete to see who's the best showman in the state of Illinois. This is where we find our ag reporter, Eliza Petrie, who's joined by this year's winner. How's it going, Eliza?
Yes, Carly, I am out here. I've been out here at the fairgrounds all day for Agriculture Day, having the most fun. And what better way to end Ag Day with the Master Showmanship competition, which named the best livestock exhibitor that we have in the state of Illinois. And I am here with him, Hunter Scheich from Champaign County. Congratulations. It's been about 30 minutes since you found out that you are the Master Showmanship of 2025. So just tell me how you're feeling.
It's pretty good feeling. A lot of kids that go out there and do it, and it takes a lot to go out there in front of people and try species maybe you've never done before, and a lot of people who have crafted their skill pretty well, and and it's fun and a lot of good people to be around, so it's pretty cool to come out on top.
Definitely. So to our viewers that may not know what the Master Showmanship competition is, you're out there showing cows, pigs, and sheep to see kind of your skill set of how you show those livestock. So what type of preparation does it take to be able to do everything like that?
Yeah, there's been a lot of late nights and early mornings in the barn. All of our families got different busy schedules, and finding time where we can work together and take each other's skills and coaching and kind of craft our skill, and then putting in those extra times to learn maybe about the other species and what all those encompass.
Right, definitely. And obviously you came up on top tonight, but I also understand it takes an army, a lot of friends and family that come together. So is there anybody that you'd want to thank here tonight?
I'd like to thank my parents and my aunts and uncles. They do a lot, go out of their way. They got jobs, and they'll come out for a week or weeks and weeks in the summer at fairs and help me and teach me. A lot of time and money invested into me, and I'm very grateful for it, and it's definitely shaped me as a person.
Yes, well, Hunter, congratulations again to you. That wraps up our Ag Day here at the Illinois State Fair. Reporting at the State Fairgrounds, Eliza Petrie, back to you.
What a day, Eliza, and congratulations, Hunter. While Ag Day is coming to a close soon, agriculture is represented in so many ways every day of the fair. Eliza will be out at the fairgrounds every day capturing all things ag, so be sure to follow us on social media to follow along.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more videos from News Channel 20.